Okay, shall we start? So online guys, so please check the voice and screen.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Thank you. Okay, in the last session, what we discussed? Headings. I said no. At least you have to remember the headings, right? Okay. 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 Good. Okay. So we started the introduction to Python. In that introduction, okay, we discussed about the Python. About the Python. Next, applications. Applications of Python. Versions of Python and download and installation, right? So download and install of the Python. Next, modes of writing, right? Modes of writing the Python programs. There are two modes are there. What are those? Interactive mode and batch mode. What is interactive mode? We can కొద్దిగా గట్టిగా చెప్పండి. We can run the code dynamically. Okay. Immediately we can execute. Okay. Okay. So why we use? I said why we use that interactive mode generally. When to use? Why we use? Hmm. Simple coding. Huh? Hmm. Simple tasks. Okay. చెప్పండి. To know the output. Okay. Batch mode output ఇవ్వదా? For testing instructions. Okay. So I said interactive mode. We can connect to the interactive mode using the command prompt or using ideally also. Two options are. This interactive mode we use to execute simple Python instructions. Or if you want to test any simple Python instructions quickly, easily, without saving your program. Okay, we can use this interactive. Understood? Right. Next, batch mode. There we can write what? Set of statements in the file. Okay, we open a file. There is an editor. In that editor, we write the program. We can save it as some file name dot py. Okay, then we can execute all those statements at a time, and we can open that file anywhere. I mean, at any time, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Okay, you can save it in one particular place. You can open it. We can run any number of times that. Okay, right. So that is what here batch mode. Batch means here group of statements or group of instructions. So if you observe, see, I'll open once again that ideally. Ideally stands for, did I say anything about this? Ideally, the full form of ideally is integrated development language environment. Okay. What is ideally stands for? Let me write here. So ideally stands for integrated development language environment. Is ideal. Simply it is editor. Here we write the Python program, so we can save, we can run. We can open or we can modify the Python programs at any time. Okay. That is what ideally. And this ideally, now tell me this ideally, did we download separately or is it coming along with the Python software? It is coming along with the Python software only. You don't need to use separate, file to download this editor. Okay. Whenever we download the Python software along with the only, we will see, we will receive this and we can use this ideally. Okay, no? Right. So integrated development language environment. Simply it is an editor. Now let's open once again. ideally. Okay, click on this. Click on this. Okay. See, I think some of the people you can see very first time the Python shell again, right? For some of the versions. I think yesterday some people has shown to me. Yes, you are. కొన్ని versions కి ఏంటంటే direct గా షెల్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. If you click on the IDL. Okay, that is depends on some versions here. Don't worry. In case if it is appearing the shell means you can again there is a file menu you can open. Then you can choose what new file. New file choose చేసుకుంటే మీకు ఈ విధంగా ఫైల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay. Sometimes directly some of the versions you can see the Python shell like this, sir. ఇలా వస్తుంది మీకు డైరెక్ట్ గా whenever you open what IDL. Maybe with white screen. White screen సో వస్తుంది మీకు. Okay. If you want to write the program in a batch mode, you can choose file, then file menu. ఇలా చూసుకోండి. Okay, na? Right. Right. So it is also Python shell here. Again here, if you want to write program here, you can choose a new file. You can write here. After writing program, you can save. Then you can go to the run menu and you can use option is what? Run module or shortcut key Fi also. Now you have to understand there is an option run module. Module means what? Run means executing our program, right? Run module, very, very important term. One more. Module means, yesterday I said something, right? Project contains or software contains some modules, right? Modules contains the programs or instructions like that. Now see here in this case, module means Python file. Okay, na? Here in this case, module means what here? Python file. Now, yesterday we written some programs. Let me open it. For example, I'll click on open here. So I want to open an existing file where I saved here Python 1015, right? Now, for example, addition, you can open it. See, we can open now. Again, you can run it. So run module means we can run your Python file, its meaning. Module means every Python file or the file which contains an extension .py is known as what here? Module. Don't forget this one. Okay, no? Right. And what this module contains? What this module contains? Python instructions or Python statements. For example, these are all are the statements only here. Okay, which may contains like these are variables. These which contains some variables, which contains some functions, which contains some classes. Tomorrow we are going to discuss all this. Functions. We are going to write the functions. We are going to write the classes. Okay, so we are going to define so many things in this. Variables like this. Right. That is what module. So simply can say module is a Python file which may contains the Python instructions, maybe variables, okay, some statements, functions, classes, etc. Okay, right. Fine. So this is what interactive mode and batch mode I explained in the last session. Now, as a part of this introduction to Python, today we'll discuss another one more important concept is features of Python. Very, very important. So in the interview, there may be a chance of asking a question like, tell me some features of Python. So that you have to answer few, at least few. Inni kaakpoyina konni cheppeseyali. Okay. So before that, you have to understand all these are what. Okay. You should not by head. Subject you should not by head. అంటే జనరల్ గా థింక్ చేసేసి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? రైట్. So these are the list of features. Just we'll go one by one. So first, let me read out one by one here. First one is what, sir? Simple and easy. Python is simple and easy. Next, Python is free and open source. Next, Python is what? High level programming language. Python is a general purpose programming language. Next, Python is a platform independent or portable. Platform independent or portable. Next, Python is what? Dynamically typed programming language. Next, Python is what? Procedure oriented and also object oriented programming language. It's a combination of both features. Next, Python is a interpreted language. Okay, interpreted language. Next, Python supports for extension, that is called here extensible. Python is extensible. Next, embedded. Next, Python offers many modules called here vast modules. We'll see all these one by one. I'm going to explain with an examples also. Sometimes I'm going to show some practical also for this. Let me take one by one. So first one is what here? Simple and easy. In the demo session, already explained to you by comparing to other programming languages like C language, by comparing to C language or C++ or Java or .NET, Python is very simple and also easy. Okay. Not only one, two programs, sir. I shown only two logical programs to you in the demo sessions. Remember, reversing the string. Next is what? Printing a name 100 times, for example. I shown, I think, these two examples. Not only these two examples, sir, there are, you can take any topic, any programs, we can customize, we can make it simple, we can write those very simple manner. Within few lines only, we can write it. Okay. So for some other purpose here, I'm take some other examples to understand this, how Python is very simple and also easy. Let's take the, okay, command. I'll connect to the Python shell through command prompt. How to connect? What's the command here? Py or Python. Okay, so now what I do? So, okay, I'm taking some other examples because in the previous I explained those two examples, right? Let's take some other different examples. For example, I'm taking one string. In Python, string means sequence of characters that we can represent within pair of single or double quotes. For example, Python is a programming language. Okay. And developed by, who is developed? Huh? Guido van, like this. This is a string. Okay, now? Right. Now, see, you can also print here by printing, I mean, by typing yes here, you can print it in the Pythons. Now, I want to check. Initially, this is what, sir? This is a string now. It is a string. Now, I want to check a substring. Suppose Python is one substring here. Okay, Guido is one substring. Language is one substring. These are all substrings. E is a substring. A is a substring like that. Now I want to check whether particular substring available in this string or not. Okay, ఒక substring ఈ main string లో ఉందా లేదా check చేయాలి. Okay, now, so for that, very simple here. I want to check, for example, let's take here Python. You can take Python or you can take any other word also. For example, Guido, G-U-I-D-O. Okay, whether this G-U-I-D-O, the substring available in the string S or not, I want to check. Okay, so you no need to write heavy lines of code here. There is one operator in Python, in. In is one operator. It's a keyword also. What's your? Whatever. Okay. So Guido in what? Yes. Yes is what? Yes string. Guido in yes. If Guido, the substring, is available in the main string yes, returns true. True means available. False means not available. Okay. చూడండి ఇప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది? True, because that Guido is available. Understanding? Now tell me once again. Python, here we also have one more not in also. Not in yes. Python not in yes. Python not in yes and true now. Huh. It's just like a general English, you know. Indi. False. Why your friends are saying true? Tell me, sir, Python not in yes, not in also keywords. These are also keywords and also operator. Opposite to in, sir. In, not in. Opposite kada? Right. I'm using right now not in. Python not in yes. అంటే Python yes లో లేదు అని చెప్తున్నా. Yes లో ఉందా Python? Why your people are saying true? Yes, online guys. Any confusion? Okay. Python not in yes. No, Python is there in the yes. That's why this will written what? False. Understood? I'm telling here Python not in yes. Python లేదు yes లో అని చెప్తున్నాను. లేదు సార్ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి చెప్పాలి మీరు. అంటే అక్కడ ఏం రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది? ఫాల్స్ రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. Understood? See, using the simple operators, we are able to check whether the substring available in the main string or not. But if you take this logic in other programming, at least you have tried 15 lines of code. Okay, now 15 lines of code you have tried. You can check. I think already know, right? You have written these type of programs in the C or Java, right? So, నేను కూడా రాశాను ఇప్పుడు మర్చిపోయాను. In Java C. Okay, right. Next, like that, you can write all these logical programs very simple and also easy. Okay. Do you know swap? Swap means what? Interchange the values. Suppose x equal to 10, y equal to 20. I want to interchange the x and y values. Means I want to show the 20 in x, 10 in y. In Python, there is a simple instruction, simple statement or expression x comma y equal to y comma x. That's it. ఇలా రాసేస్తే చూడండి x I am printing, then y I am printing. See, it's very simple. Understanding, guys? So these are expression or statement in Python. But in other programming languages, you have tried 3 lines of code for this. ఈ 1 line ఉంది కదా, ఆ 1 line ని మనం 3 lines లో రాయాలి. Okay, na? Like that. But here it's very simple. You can understand like why we are storing into what? X. Then x value we are storing into y like this. This is swap. Like that, you can take any concepts, any programs in Python are very simple and also easy to understand. Clear? Right. We'll see in the regular session. There are so many topics are there, so many programs are there. Okay.
One question there. So the x comma y equal to y comma x, right? So will it take the first value of y or the second value of y?
See here what I said. Right side y comma x. Y value is 20, right? 20 will be assigned to x. Next, x value is 10. The 10 will be assigned to y.
So it will not take that initial assign, I mean, the y value into x and
See,
then use the x. Okay.
Here we modified. We updated. That's why if I print here x is 20 now. Later y is 10. It will not take the previous values. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Next feature is what? Free and open source. Free. What is free here? In the last session, I shown to you Python software, how to download. What is the website for that? Python.org. From that website, we downloaded Python with free of cost or did we pay any amount for that? No, we did not pay any amount. So that we just downloaded with free of cost. That is the official website and also original software. We did not pay any single rupee. Even we did not register also. Yes or no? Directly in the home page only, you can find that downloaded button. Just we click, we downloaded within seconds only. That is what here free. The Python software is free of cost. Anybody can use it, free of cost. Next, and open source. Open source means what? So Python people has given one documentation. Okay, official documentation. In the documentation, you can find anything about the Python. Anybody can access it. How can we find this documentation? You can open the Google. There you can search about the Python documentation. Okay. Go to the browser. Here you can type. Let's type here Python documentation like this. Now see. Here we got documentation. Okay. You can open in new tab. Now see, these are documentation. Left side, if you observe, docs by version also available. Version wise documentations. Okay. Right. And here, suppose, see, there are so many things are there in this documentation like tutorials, libraries, okay, frequently asked questions, deprecations. Deprecation means what I said yesterday? Expired, outdated, I said. No? Some of the libraries, some of the maybe statements may expires. So you also can find all these here. Okay. Installing Python modules, how to install. Like so, you can find anything about the Python. Python setup and usages. Okay. For example, tutorials. Okay, click on this tutorials. Now see, these are tutorial of the Python. You can see the index here. Which concept you want, you can just click on that link and you can read. You can use it. Suppose, for example, if statements. Visible now? If statements. Click on this. See about the if statements. We are going to start after a few days. Don't worry. If statements, how to use the if statements, examples, very clearly available here. For statements or for loops, okay? Range functions with examples and along with the output also. Along with output also. They're given very clearly in this documentation. Like that, you can find anything about Python in this documentation. This documentation also free of cost. In the Google, it's available. Anybody can use it. Just for that, you can explore Python documentation. Okay. Here, what is the website for this? I mean, URL. See here. Can you read here? docs.python.org. Yesterday, from which website we downloaded the Python software? That is python.org. www.python.org. This is the other website. docs.python.org. Okay. So specially you can use this is for documentation of the Python. మీకు ఏమైనా కావాలనుకుంటే కూడా ఇక్కడ వెళ్ళేసి చూసుకోవచ్చు from Python. Okay, right. So you can find anything, you can explore anything about the Python from this documentation. Okay, right. So developers, real-time developers can use this regularly. So tomorrow you have to use. Okay, fine. This is what? Which feature is? Which feature? Open source. Okay. So open source means the source code is available in the form of documentation. That is called here open source. Anybody can use it. Next, third feature is what? High level programming language. Python is a high level programming language. Means what? So before this, we have to understand what is mean by high level language. There is a small difference between the high level language and also high level programming language. Okay, right. So first I'll explain about high level language means what. High level language. See, high level language means you can say general English. What is it? General English. General English is known as high level language. Or you can say one more point also. This high level language includes some characters, different characters. What are the characters? For example, alphabets, A to Z, uppercase letters or lowercase letters. Next, digits, 0 to 9 combination. Next, some symbols like plus, okay, asterisk, division, minus, like different symbols here. Hash, brackets. Understanding? All these. You can take close or open bracket, anything. So high level language includes some characters. So what are the characters here? Alphabets, upper and lower case letters. Next, digits, 0 to 9 combinations, and also symbols or special characters. So actually this is called here high level language. First you have to understand what is high level language. Then only you can understand high level programming language means what. Is it clear, guys? What is high level language? General English. And which includes what? Alphabets, digits, and also characters or symbols or special characters, you can say. Now, using this general English or these characters, we write the Python program. If you open any Python program, previous also I written, I will show to you. Okay, addition program we written, I'll show to you once again. Okay, so if you take any Python program which includes general English or these characters only, means we are writing the Python program using which language here? High level language. That is why Python is known as what? High level programming language. Don't think that high level means very high, low means very low. No, it's not like that. Okay, high BP, low BP అని అలా కంపేర్ చేయదు. హై బీపీ అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? నంబర్ ఎక్కడో వెళ్ళిపోద్ది కదా. లో బీపీ అంటే సో డౌన్కి వెళ్ళిపోద్ది. ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ దట్. హై లెవెల్, లో లెవెల్ is different here in the case of computer terminology. Okay, now, right? Some people will think that high means something it's very high, low means very low. No, not like that. Okay, right? So this is what high level programming language. Suppose just now I written a program, right? Let's open that. You can see I written a small program that is addition of the two values only. Let's open that file. You can check in that. So let's take this addition. You can observe this file, this program. It is a combination of what, sir? Digits. Okay, alphabets. Yes or no? Symbols. See, space also. You may also include the space also. See, if you take any Python program which is a combination of all these symbols and characters, మీరు 100 lines of code అయినా రాసేసింది. You also can write 200 lines of code or 500 lines of code which contains only these symbols, alphabets, digits, and special characters only. That's it. That's why this Python is known as what here? High level programming language. See, if you take C programming language, C programming languages, C program we can write using some other language also. However, right now we are able to write the C program using high level language also. But C programs we also can write using some low level programming languages. Low level language we can use. For example, assembly language, that is called here assembly language. Assembly language is a low level language. So binary language also low level language. Yes or no? So, but right now we are writing the programs using high level language only because high level language is a human friendly. Human friendly means anybody can understand. Because from childhood onwards, we know all these characters and symbols, ABCDs, plus minus something. Okay, all these we know, so that we can easily understand, easily write the programs. Understanding, guys? Okay, but if you take our assembly language that we use to write the C programs or C++ programs, that is a little bit difficult to understand, difficult to remember also. Understanding, guys? Okay, so those are used to design some low level applications, system related system, for example, chip level designing, right? For example, chip level designing, OS designing, operating system designing, right? Controller designing. Understanding? So for this purpose we use a low level languages. But here, if you want to design your own applications, real time use case applications, okay, we use a high level language only, right? So that is very simple to understand, easy to write programs also. It is also one more advantage. So we are writing the Python programs using the high level language only. Right. That's why it is called your high level programming language. Next is what? Yes. What is the next one? కొద్దిగా గట్టిగా చెప్పాలన్నా. Yes, it is a general purpose programming language. Means what? Okay. If you observe in the previous slide, I listed out applications of the Python. Means Python in the real time right now, we are using in the different technologies to develop the different or variety type of applications or softwares we can design using the Python. Okay. Understanding, guys? Python we use in the different technologies like AI, ML. Okay, next what? Data science, IoT, web development, game developments, desktop applications. There are so many things we can design, we can develop using Python only, using Python or Python libraries. That is why Python is known as what here? General purpose programming language. Understanding? General purpose. We use a Python for general purpose. Okay, right. Next, one more very important feature. What is this? Platform independent, or you can say portable. So here we have to understand platform means what. What is platform? Now, respected to this programming or respected to the computers, platform means what? Where we can perform what? Linux, good. Huh? Platform. What is platform? Yes, Windows, Linux. These are what here? Mac OS. In your hand, you have Android, right? You are not telling that one. Daily, you are carrying that Android. Android. Okay. These are all what actually? Platforms. Why we are calling these platforms, sir? We know bus platforms or railway platforms. Why we are calling these platforms? Yes or no? If I say bus platform and time of this, sir, bus will come there, will stand there. You have to wait there. Okay. Railway platform means platform number 1, platform number 2. Because of you have to stay there, so train will come. అక్కడికి మీరు రావాలి కదా, సో ట్రైన్ వస్తుంది, ఎక్కేసి వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. So that is what actually general platforms. Now here it is what respected to computers. Platform means you can say any operating system like Windows, Linux, Mac, Android. All these are what here? Platforms. Why we are calling these platforms means, let me take one example. Now tell me, you only tell the answer. Suppose all of you are using the mobiles, right? Mobiles you are using. Okay, right. You are using which mobile, sir? In that what platform you have? Android. Okay, some people may also have iOS, right? Oh, no worries. Suppose if there is no Android in your mobile, can you operate any app? Phone Pay, Google Pay, something, Amazon. Can you operate these apps? Huh? If there is no Android, Android is corrupted something, or you are using the old version of the Android, for example. If the Android is not working properly, or if there is no Android, can you operate the apps of your mobile? No. Understood? That is a problem. Means whatever the apps you are using in your mobile, for example, Phone Pay, Google Pay, Amazon. Okay, there are so many apps you are using now. All these apps are running where? Under the Android OS only. That's why it is called your platform. Now, for example, Earth is a platform for all of us. Yes or no? Earth is a platform of all of us. If there is no Earth means you cannot stay. Like if there is no OS means you cannot use any apps. Understood? That's why these are called your platforms. Operating systems are called what here? Platforms. Like that. So, I hope you understood platform means what here. Why we are calling these all platforms. Okay. Because all the softwares are running on OS. If there is no OS means you cannot execute or you cannot operate the other apps or softwares. Even suppose here in my system I have what? Windows. This is a Windows now. Okay. Okay. You may also have some other iOS or something like that. Okay. So if there is no Windows, for example, you cannot run the Python programs. You cannot download or install the Python softwares. Okay. Already we downloaded, installed the Python software in our Windows only in the last sessions. If there is no OS means how can you download and how can you install? Understanding, guys? That's why these are called here platforms. We required something a base. Okay. That is required to run other applications. Understanding? Right. That's why these are called here platforms. So, now come to the point. Platform independent or portable. Let's take one diagram to you. This is a diagram. So platform independent. Now I'm explaining, sir. Okay. These are the different platforms like Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, okay, etc. These are all what here? Platforms. Operating system platforms. Now this is a Python program. Python programmer, Python application or the software which has designed using Python, for example. Or it's a Python program. Now you can design this Python program or you can write this Python program only one time. Now this program you can run on Windows, run on Linux, run on Mac, run on Android also. Without making any changes in this code. You don't make any changes in this code. You write only one time or you can develop the application only one time. Now you can run on different platforms, different machines also. Different machines or different platforms. Okay, now this is what, tell me, what is the feature? Platform independent feature. Tomorrow if there is any new platforms, రేపు ఇంకోటి వచ్చింది సార్ కొత్తది, ఓకే, అయినా సరే ఏమవుతుంది సార్, okay, X platform for example, new, even though our programs will run on those platforms. No doubt at all. Understanding? So this feature is known as here platform independent, means we are writing the programs or we are developing the applications one time. That is suitable for any platform, means that will run on different platforms without making any changes your program or application. Understood? Okay, that is what. This is a very fantastic feature, very, very important feature also. Okay. Some of the softwares are becoming very, very popular, means it is also one of the features, sir. Good feature. Suppose it is a platform dependent, then what happens? Tell me. Suppose Python, I assume that Python is a platform dependent, then what is the problem? People will not use this one. Because why? One application, for example, just assume that Instagram application I designed using Python, for example. Okay, Instagram I designed. I developed Instagram app. That is suitable for only Windows, for example. Only Windows. So this will run only Windows. Only on Windows. Will not run on Android. Or will not run on other OS also. Is it recommended to you? Suppose if you want to make it to run on other OS, what you do? You have to keep it separate copy again. You have to make some changes that is suitable to other platforms. For example, Android. You have to keep a separate copy. Then you have to make some modifications which is suitable to the Android. Then only that application will run on what? Android. Now we have two applications are there. Separate applications. So Windows separate application and also Android separate application. Same way you have to create a separate application for what? Linux and also Mac OS. Means for every OS separate application. Instagram application. Ante ikkada 4 OS ki 4 Instagrams vachchesayi. Is it recommended? 4 OS, 4 different Instagrams. But all Instagram purpose is same only. Tomorrow if you want to update it, if you want to maintain it, it's very difficult, right? Yes or no? So that's why. It will take so much time to design. So many people are required to maintain. Okay, updation and maintenance of these applications are very, very risky process. That's why it is not a good feature. Which one? Platform dependent. Understood? Okay. So Python is not like that. It is a platform independent. So that we have an advantage. So I hope it's clear for you. Any doubts in this? It's a very, very important point, sir. Okay. Remember, don't forget it. Any doubt? Okay. So finally, I will tell you what is platform independent or portable. The programs or applications which we design using Python are able to run on different platforms without making any changes in the program or application. That is known as a platform independent. Understanding? So ఇది డైరెక్ట్ నేను డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పే కంటే ముందు మీకు ఈజీ వర్డ్స్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. But finally, you have to remember this statement. Tomorrow, if I ask also, you have to tell like this only, a flow, one sentence in the definition. Okay, na? Right. Fine. Next feature we have, what is this? Dynamically typed programming language. It is also one more feature of the Python. Dynamically typed programming language. Okay. Now see, if you observe the previous programs, for example, addition of these two values. Here we are creating, I said already to you, X and Y are called what here? Variables. Once again, I am going to explain to you, sir. In the part 2, we have a fundamentals. In those fundamentals, we are going to discuss what is variable. Once again. But here, X, Y are called here variables. Simply, these variables are used to store the values. Just you remember up to this. We can use the variables to store the values. Okay. Now, see, if you want to create the variables and to store the values, okay, we are not using any data type. 5 is what type? Integer type. 8 also integer type. For example, I'll take here 8.5. Now 8.5 is what type? Float type. Still this program will work here. Even if I change to 8 to 8.5, this program will work. Okay, what is the output? 13.5. See here. Okay, now come to the point. Now this is an integer type. 5 is an integer type. 8.5 is a float type. But in Python, we are not using the data types to create the variables, to store the values into the variables otherwise. In other programming languages, how you are doing? You are doing like this. If you want to store integer value, int x equal to 5. Strict rule you have to follow, semicolon. In the Python, even if you forget semicolon also, nothing will happen, sir. వీటన్నిటి కూడా semicolon పెట్టినా ఏం కాదు, తీసేసినా ఏం. Flexible on it. Single quotes or double quotes. That one also very flexible to you. Because sometimes people will confuse. Very first time, అంటే starting లో ఉంటారు కదా కొందరు, వాళ్ళకి confuse. Sometimes double quote they will use, sometimes they will use single quotes or double quotes. Sometimes they will forget the semicolon. Sometimes they will use a colon or comma. So all this edit is not required in Python. Even if you forget also, nothing will happen, sir. So Python will take care of it. So come to the point here. Here, if you want to create a variable with integer type, in other programming languages, we have to use a data type int like this. Same way, if you want to store the float value, there is a data type. What is that? Float data type like this. You have to follow strict syntax like this in other programming languages. But in Python, are we using this to create the variables? No. Suppose if I use, what happens? For example, see, I will save and I will run. Run chaser. Okay? Run mod. Now see, invalid X దగ్గర highlight అయిపోయింది. Invalid syntax. You cannot use this syntax in Python. Because why? Because Python is having a feature is what here? Dynamically typed programming. Its meaning is type of the variable will be decided by the Python software at runtime of the program only. So whenever you run the program at the time only, X type will become integer, Y type will become what here? Float automatically. based on the given value. Based on the given value. Understood? Okay. So if you want, we also can check all these things. Let me take here. Okay, already shell is there. Okay, let's open this. For example, see once again. Okay, let's take here a equal to 100. A. We also can check the type of variable using the type function. Type of A. Now see, you can see int type. Okay, int type. We'll see what is class later. Don't worry. Right, int type. Suppose b equal to 12.8. B 12.8. Type of B is what? Float. See here, automatically float. Okay, like that. You no need to use the data type to create the variables, to store the values into the variables. Because Python automatically will determine the type of the variable is what at runtime of the Python program based on the given value. If you give integer, that variable will become what? Int. If you give float, variable will become float. If it is a string, variable will become string type. Like that. So that's what here we no need to use the data types explicitly to create the variables in Python. Because of Python is having a feature is called dynamically typed programming. So the conclusion I will give, what is the meaning of this exactly? The type of the variables will be decided by the Python program at runtime only. Okay, so we no need to use the data type explicitly. That is the feature is dynamically typed. Dynamic means here runtime. Runtime. Okay, right. Runtime is whenever you run the program. Run chestam kada aa time lo decide avutayi variables types. Yeah. Next we have one more feature is what here? Procedure oriented and object oriented programming. Okay. Generally, programming languages are of like procedure oriented and also object oriented. Two categories are there. I hope you people know C, Java, C++, right? You know Java is which one in that? Huh? Are you sure? There is no response from online guys. Yes, online guys, can you respond? Java is what? C language is what? Are you sure? Okay, no? Okay. C is a procedure oriented. Java is a object oriented. Right. So why you are calling the C is a procedure oriented? Do you know? C lo classes just. Okay. C language లో క్లాస్ ఇచ్చేసారా? ఇచ్చేసారు. గుడ్. కరెక్ట్ అనుకోండి. కరెక్ట్ ఓన్లీ. Yes, sir. C language. Did you write any program using class in that? In the Java? Java is an object-oriented programming, so you are using the classes and objects concepts. ఇది గుర్తుంటే చెప్పండి సార్. No need to have any knowledge, but I'm going to explain here once again. Don't worry. మీకు గుర్తుంటేనే చెప్పండి, ఆర్ మీకు తెలుసుంటేనే చెప్పండి. Otherwise, no, not right. I'm going to explain here everything. Objects only. Good. Fine. See here, C is a procedure-oriented program. Java is what? Object-oriented program. But Python is a combination of these two. But what is the meaning of this procedure-oriented and object-oriented? We have to understand. Okay. So online guys, please respond if I ask any questions. Okay. If you know, you can respond. You no need to unmute. At least you can respond in the chat box also. Okay.
Maybe step-by-step processor, right? Procedure oriented.
I will explain. Okay. I will explain. Step-by-step procedure is everywhere actually. But here I am going to explain. First, let me take here procedure oriented means what? Sir, how many of you know the C language, for example? If you don't know, nothing will happen. Sir, just I'm asking. Sir, complete got just something. I know something about C language, for example. Anybody, you? No. You are from BTech, huh? Degree, which stream? BSc, BCom, BCA. Okay, no worries. I think nowadays in the BCom also you have a C language, brother. Okay, no worries. Fine. Let me explain. See, in the C language, we write the programs with the help of or using the functions. Using what here? Functions. Like commonly you were defining a function is like void main, right? Open curly brace. Here some statements, then close like this. And statements అందులో. So like that you are writing the programs. Like even if you want to addition program, you are writing the 10 lines of code here only. Even if you want to write the swap program, you are writing in this main only, in this between these brackets only, right? Like that you are writing the programs using the functions or by taking subfunction also. Suppose you are defining the subfunction void addition like this, right? In this you are writing the logic of the addition. Okay, here is the logic of the addition. Then you are calling this function again inside the main. Some closure is in that. Overall, in the C language, what we are doing here, we are writing programs by defining the functions. That is why it is known as what here? Procedure oriented programming, C language. So same way, in Python also, we can write the programs and we can design the applications, writing the business logic using the functions. That is why it is known as what here? Tell me. Procedure oriented program. Please respond. So morning class, first class, not for first class. Okay, I am starting your class daily at 10:50. First class నాకు. సో మార్నింగ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది కానీ నేను పెట్టుకోవట్లేదు ఎందుకంటే మీకు మంచిగా చెప్పలేదు ఎనర్జెటిక్గా చెప్తామని చెప్పేసి ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ మీకు తీసు ఓకేనా సో బి యాక్టివ్ అండ్ రెస్పాండ్ ఓకేనా రైట్ ఫైన్ అండర్స్టూడ్ నౌ టెల్ మీ వాట్ ఈస్ మీన్ బై ప్రొసీజర్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ఓకే ఓకేనా కరెక్టేనా చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ to write the code. Good. So to write the programs, we use what here? Functions. That is why it is known as here procedure oriented. Very simple, sir. You no need to by heart these definitions. Okay. Next, we have one more is what? Object oriented. And the Python lo functions కొద్దిగా different గా define చేస్తాం. I'm going to explain this. Don't worry. Okay. Simple different. The syntax. We have a syntax for that in Python. That we'll discuss later. We have a separate topic is a function. అక్కడ మనం క్లియర్ గా డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. Right. And next, object oriented programming. Object oriented programming is what? If you write the programs with the help of the classes and objects. Classes and objects. That is known as what here? Object oriented program. So if you use a class and objects with the help of this, if you write the programs, then that is what here? Object oriented programming language. But what is class? What is object? We'll discuss all these in our regular sessions, sir. In advanced Python means object oriented only. In the core Python, we are going to discuss this procedure oriented. Okay, now once again, I'm going to discuss in detail what is the difference between these two. What is the benefit if you write the programs using functions and if you write the programs using classes and objects? What is the difference? You only can understand once if you start coding using functions and also class and objects, you only can realize what is the difference, what is the advantage. Okay, now right, we'll discuss all these one by one. In the regular session I'm going to explain to you. So once again, in the next session, I'm going to explain to you in detail about this object-oriented programming is what here. We also can give another definition for object-oriented programming, but now today just I given object-oriented means if you write the programs using what? Classes and objects. You can remember only this statement. At least something you have to say. If anybody asks in the interview, you have to say something one, statement with full clarity. Simple. We can say multiple points, but at least you have to remember one point that you have to say with confidence. Okay, no? Do you want to talk? Huh? Right. Fine, sir. So before closing session today, so today what I discussed, sir, only the features, right? In these features, I discussed how many points? How many points total? 7 points I discussed. These are the features of Python. So Python is simple and easy. Next, Python is a free and open source. And Python is a high-level programming language. Python is a general purpose programming language. Python is a platform independent programming language. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Python is a procedure oriented and object oriented programming language. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss the remaining 4 also. Once if I complete all these 4, then I'm going to explain briefly about all these. Very, very important features. So, and also why we have to learn these features also, I'm going to explain in the next session. Please remember, tomorrow if I ask any question from these features, try to respond. Try to respond. Again, you can recollect with videos. Please, you can go through the video once again. Okay. I said already, I will share the notes later for you. I'll share the notes here. I'll get the confirmation from the office here. Once if I get the confirmation, then I will start sharing the notes with you. Later, you also can start the notes. I will tell you how to note all these. Don't start before I give instruction. Okay. So you can start the notes once if I give the instructions to you. Meanwhile, what you do, just you can go through recording videos. You can just revise, try to understand all these things. Just you can respond in the classroom. Okay, now? Right. Any doubts? Yeah. Right, sir? UTF? చెప్దాం సార్ మనకి యాస్కి అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి అప్పుడు చెప్తాం సో వై యూ గాట్ దట్ డౌట్ నో దానికి అవసరం లేదు చెప్తాను తర్వాత మనకి యాస్కి తెలుసా మీకు విల్ డిస్కస్ దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ రిలేటెడ్ టు దిస్ వన్ ఓకే ఫైన్ no doubts, right? I think you have doubts, you are discussing something. No. Okay, guys, we'll stop session today. Online, guys. Okay, then, if no doubts, today we'll stop session and we'll continue tomorrow sharp at 10:15 a.m. in the morning. Okay, have a nice day. You can leave session.